welcome to Saint Misbehavin', the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host. My name is Matthew Shadorn, and I am joined, as always, by fellow comedian and chief researcher slash theologian slash...
buddy? Pal?
No, these are a bit too strong words.
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance. That even feels a bit...
a bit much.
Too chummy.
Wow.
It's Anna Domini, everybody. Welcome to the show,
And you
Anna.
can't call me an employee because there's no money in this at all.
You're not making any money on this. Someday, guys, check out our Patreon if I've gotten around.
You should have done, because that episode was for a whole month ago by the time this goes out.
That's true. Anna, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm quite tired. It's been a long year already.
Yeah, we're still in lockdown, which is why we started a podcast in the first place. So this really encourages us to keep going.
Yeah, if anything, we welcome this extra curbs
incentive
on our freedom.
Yeah.
I mean,
God forbid we should be out like interacting with people or even doing comedy.
I don't think that's going to happen, at least for the next hour and a half.
Hey. Oh. Just top-notch research.
Exactly.
And me sitting here and quietly listening.
Asking pertinent, intelligent questions.
That's going to be that's going to be an episode one day. It's just me going, Oh.
It's funny you should say
really?
That, because two saints whose day it is today I didn't do, even though they had really interesting stories, because they're two women who are venerated in the Episcopal Church in the USA. Their names are Anna Julia Cooper and Elizabeth Evelyn Wright, and they were both pioneering civil rights activists / educators / feminists. And they were really cool because I'm a good friend to you, Matthew, and I thought if you were trying to make fun of these people, it would make you seem like an asshole. So maybe if we do one where we're not trying to do comedy at the same time, then they'd be good candidates.
I don't know that I'm making fun of any of these saints. I'm just making fun of the situation.
Well, yes, I was a good... I feel like I was being a good acquaintance to you there by trying not to force you into that endeavor. So
those people sound interesting. I feel this feels like a betrayal.
They are interesting. They're just as two white people.
Maybe
I just feel like we would not be very well placed to deal with that in the most sensitive way while still being hilarious.
Perhaps. I don't know. Can I just say their names make them sound like they're like old-timey pilots for some reason? I like to think about yeah, like if you said like Anna Julia Cooper was the first woman to circumnavigate the globe in a plane, I'd be like, oh, okay.
That checks out.
Yeah. Famous wing walker, Anna Julia Cooper?
No.
Yeah.
She was an American author, educator, sociologist, speaker, Black liberation activist, and one of the most prominent African American scholars in United States history.
Oh, good for her. She sounds like a very interesting person. We'll leave that to a different podcast. No, yeah, she sounds like legit, like she sounds like the most qualified person for sainthood that we've come across so far.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Like that, she sounds rad and like she did a lot of good in the world.
Right, exactly. So you
as
can
opposed
be like...
to a lot of these jerks who basically starved themselves and fought animals and did stupid shit.
Exactly. So she did too much good stuff to actually make comedy from, probably.
Yes, but good for her. But yeah, better saint. But
that's the thing. She wasn't misbehaving enough. So.
Yeah, no, she was not. Yeah. But Anna, did you do anything before we get to our saint? Did you do anything particularly saintly or have anything particularly miraculous happen?
I guess
since we last spoke,
given that it's lockdown, I've been behaving like a lot of the saints that we've covered so far, i.e., like a hermit. But in terms of doing anything specifically good, I've failed once again. Miraculous wise, no. There's been no magic in this week. I mean, I did enjoy the story of the white terrorist who tasered himself to death. That was fun.
That turned out to be not true.
I don't know if it's not true or if it was just the detail of tasering himself in the balls that wasn't true.
Apparently the whole thing was fake.
Oh,
that's
sad.
Yeah, I was we were all disappointed by it. It was on Snopes that they actually spoke to the widow, which must have been a weird phone call for Snopes. And they were, you know, Snopes?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Snopes is a website that's been on the internet basically forever. Like, I remember looking at Snopes stuff in college in the mid-90s. And
It was only that recently? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
it was really funny because Snopes hadn't updated their website until very recently, so it still looked really mid-90s, which was always a really fun thing for checking Snopes. But Snopes is a website you can go to check out urban legends and myths and things.
Ah, okay.
And they have become like, well, in these dark times,
Yes.
they've become a real touchstone.
Wow.
For,
when there's so much fake news around, they must be
Yeah.
like, you know, business is booming.
It used to be like, oh, I don't know, whatever fucking, did Richard Gere have a hamster stuck in his butt or whatever? Like all these kinds of dumb rumors that you used to hear, like urban legends.
At my work, we actually tried to start one that Michael Bublé used to work in the covered market in Oxford under the alias Mickey Bubbles, but it never caught on.
Mickey Bubbles is a funny name. He really missed a trick not calling himself Mickey Bubbles. But anyways, yeah. So Snopes said it wasn't true. That they actually called the lady whose husband died and was like, hey, did your husband die tasting himself in the balls there? And apparently he didn't even go in the building. So he was just an asshole who was out with a bunch of other assholes and then dropped dead. And
maybe he thought his life had peaked by that point.
Yeah. Maybe.
Sorry.
I mean, it's like, you know, like condolences to his family. Sorry for his children at the same time. What that shouldn't have, like, don't. I'm not saying he deserved, I'm absolutely not saying that he deserved any harm that came to him, but he shouldn't have been doing that. No one should have been there.
Yes.
And
in your apology to his family, it's probably like also sorry, you know, not just that he died, but also that he was probably an asshole before then.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, maybe his kids had already stopped talking to him. I think that a lot of Trump supporters' kids have. Anyways, probably cut a lot of this out. Yeah, I did. So, yeah, I had the same problem, which is I felt like I hadn't done anything particularly good lately. And then having the prompt of having to talk about all the good we're putting in the world every other week made me feel like I should do something. So I made a donation, which I've been meaning to do. I made a donation to the Oxford Food Bank.
Yeah, well done.
I've been meaning to donate some money to the food bank. And, you know, I encourage anyone out there looking for something good to do, just to donate some money to your local food bank so they can afford to buy things. Don't just take them. Like when we first moved into our house, our kitchen wasn't working and we bought like canned macaroni and cheese.
Oh, see, I saw that on a supermarket shelf once and I thought, how? Like, right-wing Christians say that like homosexuality is an abomination, right? I'm like, how can you call something like that an abomination and have no problem with the idea of macaroni cheese in a can? Because to me, that is one of the most offensive things I've ever seen.
Well, let me tell you, it's just as offensive outside of the can. As
I imagine it's worse because you can smell it.
We bought 2 cans in hubris. What hubris to think not only is this going to be so good, we're going to want to eat it. We're going to want to eat it twice. And so that had been sitting in our cupboard for like 2 years, and I was like, I should just take this to the food bank. And then I was like, no, that's mean.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
no
that.
One wants that.
And that's the thing is like, don't take the shit that you don't want to the food bank because they probably don't want it either.
Yeah.
And, you know, they need basic staples and they need to have money so they can buy things that are perishable, like milk and bread and things like that.
Things that were actually nutritious and
eggs and even things like sanitary products, things like that, which are important. So if you are thinking about doing something good for your community, I highly recommend giving a bit of money to a food bank. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I shared a petition about bees on my Facebook and didn't get very many likes, so it was kind of self-sacrificing.
About bees?
Yeah, so basically the government have used Brexit as an opportunity to reintroduce a pesticide that's banned in the EU because it kills bees. So they're like, well, now we're not tied down by bureaucracy anymore, let's go out and fucking kill some fucking bees. And bees are super important for biodiversity and our survival. So and people did not get the buzz about it. So I failed in my little crusade.
Also failed in that pun there.
This is
I
why
hate
I'm
this
the
shit.
researcher, clearly.
So I guess it's a real Goofus and Gallant situation here where I did something good for my community and you just shared it.
Just it's kind of like old man yells at clouds. It's like
Yeah.
young woman shakes fists about bees.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. So Anna, Anna, today is February 28th.
It is.
What is the name of today's saint?
Today's saint is called Abba the First.
Oh.
So
Is he a dancing queen?
sadly, there are no stories about him dancing. He's also known as Mar Abba the Great,
Oh.
or just Mar Abba the First.
Wait, Ma Abba the Great, so is this another magician saint?
No, he's not a magician.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Sadly, the dates don't stack up for all the good magician saints. Or even we found out that the day we're actually recording is the day for the patron saint of gallstones. Was that right? Liver stones?
No, kidney stones.
Kidney stones, sorry. You know, we're crossing our fingers that next year that'll line up for us.
Check out next year.
Yeah.
So.
Stay with us.
Guys, if you donate to our Patreon, we can do more episodes.
So this guy, I wanted to do, there was another person on the same day, as well as the two women I mentioned earlier. There was a guy whose day is today as well, called Saint Hilarious, which I thought that should have been the name of our podcast.
Yeah, gosh, why aren't we Saint Hilarious?
But sadly, that was the only good thing about him was his name. There was nothing else that I could find. So this guy is the combination of the silliest and yet the most well-known that I could find.
Okay.
Which is what I strive for.
So he's not so good that he's above reproach. Like women who selflessly sacrificed and fought for civil rights.
But he's no fool like Saint Hilarious.
Okay. Is Saint Hilarious at least the patron saint of comedy, or?
There's so little information that
Right.
I couldn't even tell you that.
Like it's too late to change the name of the podcast because I've already invested in URLs and things like that. But you know, when we do start our saint-based comedy club, we'll call it Saint Hilarious.
Surely, when we do the live recordings, which will happen when this takes off and there's no more coronavirus.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's go move on.
Okay, so Abba the Great. I mean,
Abba the
you can't even argue with that name. That's just a sentence.
Is he from Scandinavia?
No, he's in fact from Iran.
Is it spelled the same way?
Yes and no. So in most interpretations, it's spelled the same way, but obviously the B's are the right way around. Not.
Oh, right. Okay.
But sometimes it's spelled with just one B.
Oh, okay. And do we know if this is where the band got their name from?
That is a good question. I should have looked into that. Let's just say yes. Is anyone actually fact checking?
Oh, no, wait. I think ABBA is the first. Now I think about it, I think it's the first initial of all their first names.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, they missed a trick by not merging their merchandise with this guy, capitalizing on his brand already.
Right, because then they could have gotten all the pop music fans and also the St. Abbot fans.
Yes.
And that would have been just like an even bigger.
Exactly.
Like they could have really made a success of that band instead of,
Yes, indeed. But this guy, he was from the Persian Empire. The geography is a bit unspecific in this. So I'm going to try and make it as clear as possible. But bear with me. But he was born into a Zoroastrian or Zoroastrian, I've heard it pronounced different ways.
I've only heard it Zoroastrian, and I still don't know what it is.
So
what is it?
It's an ancient religion from around the Persian Empire that's described in Christian documents as paganism, but obviously they would say that.
Yeah, I mean, what? That's a surprise from Christians. To be calling another religion paganism, I feel like that only happens 100% of the time.
Indeed. It's a multifaceted faith centered on dualistic cosmology of good and evil and an eschatology that predicts the ultimate conquest of evil with theological elements of henotheism, monotheism, and polytheism. I'm not sure how that all works together.
What's henotheism? Chickens?
Okay, so it's kind of like it's the worship of a single overarching god while not denying the existence or possible existence of other lower deities. So I guess like the Greek gods would be kind of like if you know, Zeus is the top one, but then all the others exist.
Oh, I see. But no, I think that's pure polytheism. Or is it just like you believe in an omnipotent God, but then you also believe that there's other other guys running around that aren't as powerful gods? So it's like you believe in the Christian God, but then you also think Zeus is around doing Zeusy bits, right?
Yes.
So both can exist at once. I like this world where you can have all the gods. It's fun.
Yeah, I think that's the world we want.
Exactly. Yeah, where we can hang out with Zeus and Ganesh.
But
and Jesus.
that's kind of our other podcast. Well, not that's kind of our Patreon content, I should say.
Guys, we're really selling the Patreon this week. Check it out. We have our side podcast, Ain't Myth Behavin', where we talk about ancient myths, and I do the research, and Anna makes the joke. So it's us really playing to not our strengths. And
wow.
Anyways, no, Anna's very funny. Wait, so what? How?
Zoroastrianism.
I know Zoroastrian. Okay, no, maybe I don't.
Do you?
Zoroastrian. Maybe I do not. I guess I don't. Zoroastrianism. You say it's a religion that. Wait, how do they say there's the ultimate triumph of over evil?
Eschatology. It's like the kind of end times. The study of the end times.
So wait, it won't be till the end times that we have the complete destruction of evil.
Yeah. So gotta wait for a while more. So it's based on the teachings of Zoroaster, who's also known as Zarathustra, who you might have heard of, or not.
Oh.
No, you have. Oh, excellent.
Well, I know that one song.
And yeah, it was prominent around the kind of time of the Persian Empire, declining after the Muslim conquest of Persia.
No.
This is the podcast where we read Wikipedia for you.
Anyways, yeah. Look up Zoroastrianism on your own time, jerks. No, please rate, review, and subscribe. And join our Patreon. So this guy's born Zoroastrian. And
me go on. Fair enough. Because that's all I've said. So yeah, he was born into this religion, and according to some, he was zealous in that religion.
Mm-hmm.
So not born into Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a job as the secretary for the governor of Beth Garmai province, which is a region in northern Iraq.
Okay.
So he was basically a civil servant, and you can assume he was
job.
Quite middle class, literate, educated kind of background. So I think he would sort of travel around just making sure everyone was behaving.
Wait, so...
But he was a secretary,
like
so I guess
officer.
he would just kind of follow the governor around, documenting stuff.
Getting coffee and things like that. It's like, is he a secretary like the Secretary of State? Or is he a secretary and like he made copies and shit?
I think it's more like kind of because not everyone would have been able to read and write at the time. So it would have been more kind of... Yeah, admin based rather than assistant-y, I would say.
So I can relate to this. It's a lot of what I do during the day.
Yes.
So he's doing a lot of Excel.
Yeah, exactly.
He's answering a lot of emails. He's the guy making, he's making schedules and Outlook and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. You get the picture. So you might not relate to this bit though. One day, as part of his job, he was setting out to cross the river Tigris.
Oh, are you kidding me? I have to cross the river Tigris like every day.
He was presumably there was only the Starbucks was on the other side of the river, so he had to go there. So according to an account of his life that I found, he was setting out to cross the river Tigris when Jesus threw his net over him and caught him in it.
Is this a metaphor or is this like a literal like I love that Jesus is go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's a metaphor.
Okay, because that makes more sense because it seems weird that Jesus' plan for conversion is he just throws a net over people, and it doesn't work every time. Most people just get angry,
or wriggle free of the net.
See, I feel like this is the same thing with like people where you see people proselytizing, either going door to door or in a public place or something. And I'm like, that doesn't work all the time. In fact, it hardly works at all. But every once in a while, you get somebody in the midst of an emotional crisis.
I read a
Or,
really
like, some kind of-
interesting thing, though, about how the point of that is to be annoying, and it's not actually about converting people. It's about
Yes.
concreting the experience of, like, these fellow believers are the only people who understand me and love me and get me. So it's actually very sinister.
I've never seen that confirmed, but that had always been my theory. And I had this theory after, like, one time I was I was in Virginia with my ex family.
Wow. You mean wife and her family, right? Not
my
you
ex-wife
don't
and
have
her
other
family.
children that we've never heard
No,
about.
I mean, with the people that I've abandoned. There's a reason I don't live in America anymore. Come and get that child support, dicks. No, I'm just kidding. No, with my ex-wife and her parents. And we were just, like, sitting in the yard, just enjoying a nice summer day. And some Mormons came up. And my wife and her mother were very polite to them. And then her father was just like, get the fuck out of here. Jeez. And that's when it occurred to me. I was like, oh, yeah, it must be a thing where if you face constant rejection all the time, like they put them in a situation where they're constantly going to be abused.
Yeah.
Because they're just basically annoying people. Then when you go back to, because the other part of it is, like, particularly with Mormonism, is when you do a mission like that, like, you don't do it in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
They send you somewhere across the country or sometimes across the globe. So it's classic kind of like cult situation where you're isolated from everybody you know.
Yes.
You only are with other Mormons. You spend the entire morning just, like, reading.
Do they call it the
studying.
Morming?
No. No, I hope so. And then you spend the whole, like, Mormon, we calling it, reading morning text or, like, Mormon text and
I've got in your head. This is excellent.
yeah. And then you go out in the afternoon and get abused by people who aren't Mormons.
Yeah. It's a
And you're
rough
like,
day.
oh, yeah. And so, and it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and probably in the text that they're reading in the morning, it's like, you will be abused. And then they go out and,
It's probably like, people who love you and would never do anything bad to you would never tell you to get the fuck away from their house.
Definitely.
Next time you think about who your real friends are, and by your real friends, I mean the people you're going to give a massive amount of your income to, why don't you remember who did and did not yell at you?
Yes.
Anyways.
So that happened to Abba.
Okay, so Jesus throws his spiritual net over Abba.
Yeah. And he was like, Mamma Mia! Sorry.
It's a bit of his Waterloo, am I right?
Oh, that was better.
No, I don't know. I think they're both good.
Sadly, he didn't have a dream, which is disappointing. That's the last one that I've got. If I think of any more, you'll know about it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be the first to hear.
So anyway, he got into this boat to go across the river for his job. And a student got in to join him in the boat. Like, I think it was kind of like the aquatic equivalent of, like, a bus. It was just everyone would get the boat to cross the river at the same time.
The word you're looking for is ferry. It's a ferry.
Fine. We're in Oxford. We're, like, the furthest away from water that you can be. So, well, like, the kind of water that you can't cross
While still
with a
being
bridge.
in the middle of an island.
Yeah.
An island that is literally surrounded by ferry ports. Like, you can take ferries everywhere. You can take them to Ireland, Spain, Denmark.
Right, but this is across a river, so it's different. Anyway, as I said, I'm not strong on geography.
That's all right.
So
Or transportation.
fine, ferry. I mean, it said boat in the source that I was using, but clearly they were wrong and they meant ferry. Abba got in the boat and noticed the way that this student was dressed. Typical student dressed as a Christian. You know the look.
I don't.
Okay, I mean, at that time, I can only really guess. But apparently he looked like a Christian. So
Okay.
Abba beat him, which is a nice thing to do.
Extreme reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really say that the Christian guy did anything. So his reaction was a lot more extreme than your ex-father-in-law's.
Yeah.
And he took the student's bag off him and threw it out of the boat.
Go get your books, nerd.
Yeah, basically. To be fair, he threw
And then he
it.
gave him a wet willy and a wedgie. Like, what the fuck?
He sounds like a lovely guy. No, he threw it ashore.
I can see why this guy's a saint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
No, he threw, to be fair, he threw the bag ashore rather than just in the water. So clearly an athlete.
Right.
And
I mean, either way, it's like, did he throw it on the shore they just left from?
yes,
Because that's not
so he was
really
basically
better.
forcing the guy to get out of the boat, which he did. He said nothing. He just got out and sat on the bank. And then
Probably cried. Poor guy.
No, he just patiently sat there. But once so Abba and his companions had moved a bit of a distance from the shore, a storm blew up, and it started getting very windy, very rainy, and Abba got very frightened, and the boat returned to the shore that it had just left from, because it was too dangerous to cross.
Oh, that is awkward.
Right, because the Christian guy's there. Well,
this is like if you were on an elevator and arguing with somebody, and you were like, go to hell, and then the doors close. And then they open back up again.
Yes, it's exactly like that. It's the 6th century equivalent of that.
Not a lot of people know this. This is the place where the phrase awkward was
things you didn't know about ABBA. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways.
as soon as they got out of the boat, the storm ceased and there was a great calm. So they got back into the boat to head out across. And the student got in with him again, sat down. And again, Abba forced him to leave the boat and go back onto the shore.
Again, Abba's had like a near-death experience with this
and
boat.
He's like, no, it must be this guy. I'm going to continue behaving as I have, and this guy can fuck off.
Right. Abba's like, this guy's the asshole for getting back in the boat.
Exactly.
I feel like this public boat.
And so again, they set out. And when they'd gone a little way, the storm started raging again. And Abba was even more disturbed than before, apparently. So they returned to the shore and got out to find that the student was still sat there calmly on the banks of the river. So then Abba did the natural thing that you would do in such a situation. You're shaken up from the storm. You've tried to cross twice now. You've been an arsehole.
Mm-hmm.
So he said to the student, "Are you a Jew?" And the student said, which is weird because he'd already prejudged him to be a Christian.
You're right. I mean, like, then that's really awkward. It's like, oh man, I thought you were a Christian. I feel like a real jerk now. I was oppressing totally the wrong religion.
Exactly. And the student said yes. But then Abba also asked him, "Are you a Christian?" And the student said yes. And he asked him again, "Do you worship the Messiah?" And the student said yes. And this answer, answering yes to all three, pissed Abba off. I don't think that's really what pissed Abba off. I think he was clearly just in a bit of a weird mood.
Yeah, I feel like Abba's got a real anger management problem. This is not, I think none of this is pissing Abba off. I think Abba's just pissed off.
Yeah. So he said, "How can you be a Jew, a Christian, and a Messianist?" And the student said, "In private, I am a Jew. I worship the living God and believe in his Son Jesus Christ and in the Holy Spirit. I avoid idolatry and all uncleanness. I'm a Christian in truth. And if you ask me, do you worship the Messiah? I worship him in truth, and I avoid all evil for the sake of true life." So that cleared things up.
I don't feel like that did. I feel like I'm more confused. Why is he a Jew in private life?
Yeah, that's strange. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe he's like, because obviously Christianity was born out of Reformed Judaism, so maybe he sticks to the more strict cleanliness laws, stuff like that.
I guess early Christianity was just a form of Judaism.
Yeah.
So this is very early Christianity.
So it's the 6th century, so around, we don't know when Abba was born, but he died in 552. So it was like starting to, like, the Roman Empire had already become Christian at this point, I think.
Oh, okay.
I should know that. But so
That's all right.
it was mainly formalized and becoming more mainstream and more organized. But I guess in the region it might have been less mainstream.
Okay.
I guess it was still kind of early in the history of Christianity, I guess, like compared to now.
All right. So yeah, certainly. So he figures out this guy's complicated theology, and is he still very angry?
No, he's moved he's moved by this answer. He recognized the wisdom and humility of the student, the disciple of Christ. So for the third time, he got into the boat and sat down, and the student also got on. And since he'd stopped despising the student, the wind did not blow up a third time.
Ah, I see.
So they crossed the river. And as they got out, the student said, "What did it cost you that I came across with you?" And Abba wondered at his calm and very much regretted insulting him. So it's like what you were saying about getting back in the lift. And he went to him and fell down before him and said, "I ask you by the living and true God, forgive me for this sin committed against you." And the student said, "The Lord has commanded us Christians to retain anger against no one and never to return evil for evil." So then they drew near each other, greeted one another, and parted. So I think that means they hugged it out.
They hugged it out. That's good. I feel like this is a good way to respond to being called out or being like having, we've all had bad opinions on things because we're all growing as people and we're all like becoming better individuals. Yeah. Hopefully. I don't know.
I was going to say he didn't double down, but actually he didn't triple down. He did. Yeah. He did double down, but he did backtrack.
He wasn't like, end. Here we go again. Yes. No, he wasn't like, oh, you're gonna call me a Nazi, then I guess I'll just be a Nazi. Like, what? No.
or a turf like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, exactly. Like he did not pull a Rowling, as we call it. He was like, you know what? I see now what I did was wrong. Yeah. You know, you're a human being. You have your right to exist. I'm sorry. I take it back. And I apologize. And that's the way to go. That's the thing to do. So good for Abba.
But then he took it even further because that was enough to convert him.
Really?
Yeah. So
just meet one random dude in a boat.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what?
Well, to be fair, if you were of a potentially superstitious nature, you could interpret the timing of the storms as a sign that God or the truth or the universe was on the side of the guy that you were being rude to. So
that's fair. This does feel very like miraculous.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I've seen actual evidence that this guy's God exists.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Unless it was like, maybe my God is sending me back to the shore to just straight up murder this guy.
That's the way it could have gone. But isn't it nice
maybe
that
maybe when he got to the other side, it was like, no, I wanted you to push him out in the middle so he drowned.
You shouldn't have thrown his bag back here. You should have thrown it into the middle of the water.
And I got to start working in less mysterious ways.
Yeah.
This is not really... I llose more followers this way. Anyways.
So, he got baptized soon after that in Herta, which is a place which we would now recognize as South Central Iraq.
Okay.
And then...
I thought I recognized it.
It rung a bell.
Yeah.
And then he went to study at the school of Nisibis. Mm-hmm. And then he went to learn Greek in Edessa, which are both now parts of Turkey. Okay. So he trained for a while to be a priest and started traveling around teaching people and converting people. So he became one of those annoying Mormons.
I know,
except not, obviously.
I think this is a common thing with people where it's like he was a real zealot for one faith.
He was really anti and then converted and got really into this. Yeah,
now he's like the very faith. Like this is the kind of like true believer syndrome.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, I don't know, whatever it is, I'm into it.
Well, it's like, I guess like at the start of the pandemic, for example, I got kind of swept up in the whole like, oh, it's overblown, it'll be just like swine flu, everything will be fine. And then about like a week later, I was like, oh, seriously, this shit's gonna be really bad. Lock all the doors. So it's a similar...
And a week after that, you're like, it's a liberal plot.
No, I've stayed at this is terrible for the past year. It's been great for my mental health. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, the whole year stayed at this is terrible. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's something similar to that.
Yeah.
So you saw the light about COVID, and now you worship COVID as your one true God.
I mean, it has impacted my life more than any religion has, I suppose. Fair. Shaped my routines and my lack of trust of other people now.
Right.
And it's, invisible, as you say, works in mysterious ways. But yeah,
we thought it was dead, and it rose from the grave.
3 times. Back to Abba.
Abba, right. Don't make me send out an SOS.
Hey! Oh, you should definitely edit that into the bit where they're going around in a storm.
Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm making a note.
You're totally going to do that, though. And then deny that this conversation ever happened.
There's already too much editing work I have to take out. I have to take out like slander against a dead man. I have to like take out a bunch of things.
Yes,
anyway.
Fair. So yeah, Abba became known as a scholar, and he is said to have founded and taught at a school in Seleucia. It's really hard to say. Seleucia Ctesiphon.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's the official pronunciation. But yeah, so he founded this school and taught lots of people there and produced lots of...
Where was this? Never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a painful subject.
Geography,
I know how bad you are with geography.
Yeah.
So
it is an ancient metropolis on the Tigris River.
Metropolis.
Yeah. Which lay between the ancient royal centres of Ctesiphon and Seleucia. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it was also known as Al-Madain. There you go. So, again...
So you made it sound like he moved around a lot, but he seemed to just go between two places and then settle in the middle between those places.
I guess, like, he kept returning to the scene of his conversion and just staying in the boat, really. No, he also travelled to Jerusalem and I think even as far west as Greece, maybe?
He went to Turkey, right?
Yes.
Said he went to Odessa.
Yes, and probably Constantinople as well, as it was known at the time. So yeah, he did travel quite a bit. Especially, without without the engine or whatever. It's more of a feat, I would say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Holy Land, Constantinople, and Egypt. So there you go. And what else happened? Sorry, I lost my document there.
I feel like I gave you a distraction.
Asking me difficult questions about facts. What do you think I am? I'm just trying to basically devalidify your title of researcher, so you have to admit I'm your friend.
If you stop being the researcher, you can just be.
You'll be nothing to me.
Yeah, that's it. You're no use to me as a friend or anything. So.
Oh dear, fair enough. Okay, back to the facts then. He produced a lot of translations of key religious texts into Syriac, which I guess made them more accessible. And he wrote some biblical commentaries, but none of his writings survive today, apart from in quote writings.
Oh.
So there's not like a library of Abba.
You can't get that Abba Gold box set?
Oh, yeah, sadly not.
Is it the quotes from other people are like, and then look what this jerk wrote.
Yeah.
Totally off base. Was his writings like 1001 like insults for Christians?
I hope so. No, he was a Christian at this point. So maybe it would be 1001 insults for Zoroastrian.
Yeah, probably at that point. So,
but his successes in founding the school and teaching and converting earned him a favourable reputation among his clergy peers.
Somebody's teacher's pet.
Yeah.
Well, he founded the school, so I guess
he's the ultimate teacher's pet because he's in charge.
Yeah.
In the year 540, he was nominated to be the Patriarch or the Catholicos, which is the highest office in the Eastern Church at the time. Ooh. So he was basically like the Pope of the Eastern Church.
Yeah, he's the Pope of Chili Town.
But apparently he was nominated without his knowledge. So it wasn't like one of those self-nominating,
But he didn't have to fake it and be like, me? No, guys, come on.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, I never was expecting this. I do have a speech ready.
But yeah, he started his tenure as the Patriarch in the middle of a time of great divide in the church.
Oh, okay.
Lots of rival factions trying to accuse each other of heresy and that kind of thing. And he's credited for...
Pretty much standard stuff.
Yeah, for the time, I suppose. So he's credited for reconciling rival bishops and factions.
So he would go out two rival bishops and he'd be like, hey, take a chance on me.
Yes, exactly. If you change your mind. Yeah, he visited areas where there was lots of conflict and he negotiated between sides. So I guess he got his hands kind of dirty a bit. And he's reported to have dealt fairly with divisions. Which
Tough
I think,
but fair.
Yeah, I think is notable.
I think he's a real super trooper.
I kind of wish I'd told you that his name was Abba in advance now so that you could make these better quality.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
No, we're all impressed. So, but yeah, I think it's notable that he dealt fairly with these divisions and dissenters because at the time, like, a lot of people would accuse each other of heresy and like, you could get your tongue cut out for uttering heresy. So, like, you know, by not doing that, he's a saint already in his own right. So in 544, so 4 years into his popeness, patriarchy? Okay. Yeah, that's a different
He's
thing.
the Western Pope, right?
He's
Pope. The Eastern Pope.
Mm-hmm. So he organised a synod, which is like a popey conference.
Oh, okay. Like a Pope convention?
Yeah.
It's got like a lot of booths
There's a lot of
to sell
cosplay,
hats
yeah.
and things.
In fact, you know, maybe his student was there dressed as a Christian and he could recognise them all.
That's how you get the costume, right?
Yeah, you got to go to the conference, exactly.
You got to go to the conference, yeah.
But no, this was to formalise agreements between churches and to establish an orthodoxy and, you know, a way forward. So he was basically like quite a successful diplomat for a while.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of what had been established was actually overturned when he died. Oh. So at least for while he was alive.
Is Abba dead? Okay, great.
We'll go back to fighting now, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, can we stop worshipping goats? That was a weird thing that I insisted on.
Well, it's funny.
I don't know why we moved the Sabbath to Tuesday. That was dumb. It seems like we should really put it on the weekend.
No, one of the things that he introduced was a set of rules prohibiting marriage among close family. So,
so wait, as soon as he died, they're like, okay, well, fuck that, because I got some hot cousins I need to get with.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if that was one of the things that was overturned, but that was one of the things that he brought in. So that's good. That's one of his achievements, I guess.
I mean, I am not against it. Yeah, I guess, you know.
Yeah, so he did this conference and that was great. But around this time in the Persian Empire, there was growing hostility and persecution of Christians became more common after the outbreak of the Lazic War, which was between the Byzantine and Neo-Persian empires in 541.
The Lazic War?
Yeah.
Everybody just had really good eyesight. Because of the LASIK. Forget it.
Yeah, they're very advanced technology for the time. No, it's LASIK with a Z.
So just lasers. So they had lasers, or
laser vision, I think.
Oh, I see.
Okay. As far as it went. Persecution of Christians. I guess it sort of came in waves. Obviously, it was like happened a lot in the Roman Empire when Christianity was starting out, and then it moved east, and the persecution kind of followed, I guess.
As the Christians moved east, and they're like, oh, these guys are annoying.
Exactly. Get off my lawn.
My door.
Yeah. Keep getting in my boat.
I know.
So Abba, because he was like in a position of authority, he was singled out for his efforts to convert Zoroastrians to Christianity. So he was put under house arrest and eventually exiled to Azerbaijan.
Oh, okay.
But apparently continued to teach and write. So, you know, like we all are, working from home, basically.
Right. So they were just like, this is just Azerbaijan's problem now. Yeah. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, we've got rid of the Christians. We just moved them. Yeah, he kept at it, as we're all trying to do, soldiering on to do our jobs under difficult...
How noble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And after 7 years, he was allowed to return home. But I think he died quite soon after that. It's thought that he might have died as a result of the torture that he faced while in prison.
Wait, when did he go to prison?
Well, I think, like, you know how, like, St. Valentine...
By prison, they mean Azerbaijan. That place is a dump.
No, you're thinking of Azkaban again.
Oh, right.
I think, like, maybe house arrest may have been a bit less lenient, a bit more intrusive than we would think of it now, possibly. So, yeah, he may have been tortured. according to some accounts.
So do you think it was like house arrest, but then somebody still came over once a day just like to beat the shit out of you?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. But would you rather be tortured in your own house, or would you rather be tortured someplace else?
I think probably someplace else, so that when you come home, you're not triggered by everything.
That's fair. Yeah. But then we feel like, like you have to go out to be tortured, and then you're like, I gotta go to this. at least if I'm being tortured in my own
so you're
house,
saying
if
if you're in house arrest, you would like to be tortured in a different location, so you get a walk.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I'd rather be tortured at home, I think, so I don't have to like commute to my torture.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then when I'm done being tortured, I want to be like, I can go to my own bathroom and have a shower and just like relax.
Possibly even wear your pajamas during the torture.
Yeah, exactly. It's like working from home. I'm not showering every day, but
I mean, we don't know.
That has nothing to do with anything. But anyway,
that's not because of torture. That's just your.
But I'm just
hygiene.
comfortable, right? I'm wearing comfortable clothes.
The comfortable, stinky clothes.
Yeah.
We don't know what form this torture was. Maybe he just had to listen to tribute acts of his own works. That was the poorest one yet, I think.
I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway,
did you as a chief researcher, did you look into that and figure out that was the worst one yet?
You set the bar pretty low. So that was his illustrious career. But there are stories of miracles that he did as well as just experiencing the conversion in the boat. So he did a few healing miracles.
Oh, okay. Like big healing miracles, or like...
I don't think he like brought back anyone from the dead.
Oh.
So he...
Cure any blindness?
No, but he prevented himself from getting mugged. Which I think you want to hear about.
It's not much of a miracle, and not an illness either.
You say but he was a bit of an asshole, right? So if he managed not to get mugged, it's probably quite miraculous.
I guess.
So
did you just act real crazy? He's like, I'm ready to go to hell tonight, man. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well,
come on.
Pretty much. So he was out on the road, a dangerous road, and he encountered some robbers, and they said, "Take off and put down everything you have." So I think he took off all his clothes, and that scared them away. No, he took off everything he had.
Giant penis.
That was the real miracle.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, so he took everything off, and they saw that he had nothing other than his textbook. Who knows if it was one that he'd read a Bible, but it says a textbook here.
Intermediate calculus. Nobody knows.
But apparently at the sight of the textbook, or was it the sight of his giant penis, the robbers wept, fell at his feet, and begged him to forgive them for troubling.
Okay.
And then they said to him, "Take gold and silver from us as much as you want," which I think, he definitely just had an enormous penis.
This guy's a real world-class bullshitter. He's like, one time I was being robbed and impressed them so much, they're like, no, you take our money.
Literally, take our money. But obviously he wouldn't, but did encourage them to give everything that they had stolen to the poor. So he created Robin Hood, I guess, with his ginormous wang.
Which is canon. We all know about that. That's why they called him Abba the Great.
Yeah, we've uncovered that mystery, the way he uncovered his crotch. A few years ago, nearly 10 years ago now, I actually went on a trip to the Holy Lands as part of my degree. Okay. And on the last day, because there were only me and 2 other women, and the rest were all men. And on the last day, most of the guys wanted to go for a walk in the desert in the middle of the day. It was very hot. And me and the 2 other girls who became really close, we went to go shopping because we are stereotyped.
Yeah, because we're girls. Ladies be shopping.
But like...
in the Holy Land.
Yeah. I think also because it was like one of my friends was observing Ramadan at the time, and it was like any extra physical exertion was like a bad idea. So we all stuck together and went shopping. But the guys went out on this walk accompanied by a monk who was quite intrepid, who was like leading the trip. And they actually got held up by people who had rocks. And this actually happened. And they were like...
Rocks?
Yeah, but like...
How many people were there?
Like maybe 5. Like,
okay.
As in 5,
I think it was
five
like a
white
group
guys.
Of 20
like,
guys.
No, I think it was like 5 white guys like wandering aimlessly in the desert. and I don't know how many robbers,
rock-wielding highwaymen overtook them.
But basically they said oh, give us all your valuables. So all these young student guys started handing over their cameras and their phones and stuff, and then the monk didn't have any of this shit. So he started undressing, and apparently the muggers were like, no, please put that back on. So
no, this is what you want. No, it is not what we want. No, I'm gonna do it.
You said take out my valuables.
What?
Here it is.
That guy said to take my penis out. I didn't.
But clearly this is a tried and tested how not to get mugged in the desert kind of strategy.
Yeah.
And clearly that monk was more clued up on his theological history than we gave him credit for.
I guess so. Yeah.
But,
I mean, I guess this is we don't live in the desert, so we don't understand.
Yeah, that's just
the ways of
the rules
of desert living.
Yeah. That's how it works.
You can get out of any situation by showing your dick.
That's how you overcome the desert.
That's how the desert works. Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of his miracles. So you say it was bullshit, but I think this story that happened to people that I know makes that hold up, really.
All right. Yeah. All right. You know what? You changed my mind. All right, it was 100% true. We fact check that. Send that to Snopes.
Yeah. That
now
was,
we know it's true.
Now, if you edit out the slander, you're gonna have to. That's not a throwback anymore. So, rip
right.
you. Another thing that he did. Apparently, there was a brother studying in the school that he was teaching at. He was apparently tormented by an evil devil, as one does.
Yeah, that's their job. I mean, that's
why you go to theology school, right?
Also, it also feels redundant to say evil devil. I'm just
But it does look great written down, because it's like
it does, yeah.
Because written down,
is it a palindrome?
It looks like not quite. If it's lived evil, lived devil.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Now that I think about it, that's dumb. It's not a palindrome at all.
No, not at all. Just two very similar words following each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Abba fasted in response to this and prayed, and during the prayer he said, I trust in God that the evil spirit will depart rapidly from him. And as he spoke, it did. But then after 3 days, the spirit went out of the brother and came to him no more. So that was like a miracle attributed to him. The third, I've saved the best till last.
Okay, I would hope so, because these are both pretty sad.
There was a nunnery nearby where he was working, I guess.
Okay.
And the Mother Superior at the nunnery had been ill a long time with lower abdominal pain and dysentery.
Ew.
And was near to death. And in the same nunnery, there was a heretic woman who was arrogant towards the superior, and even while she was suffering from this potentially fatal illness, was blaspheming at her and
okay.
I'm
She's
not
just
sure.
not letting up. She's like, this is who I am 24/7.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really.
If you can't take me at my blaspheming, you don't deserve me
at my most
best.
pious. Yeah. I don't know why this story mentions the heretic. It's not really relevant to the rest of the
Does he
miracle.
kick out the heretic, or does he convert the heretic?
We'll get there, but I don't know if I will actually answer your question. But I'll try. So the superior, who's described as a large and excellent woman, which I think is great body positivity.
Is it Lizzo?
Lizzo, the superior, yeah.
Yeah.
She heard about Abba, and there was something in the air that night, and no. She believed that if he would send a blessing on her food, she would instantly be healed. So she wrote to him to ask if he would bless her food.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best bit. Because she ate only peas.
All right, well, now I see why she's sick. Yeah.
because she ate only peas on which she lived, he sent her some peas.
Here's the thing. If you read a letter that somebody's like, I only eat peas, you're like, wow, I need to send this lady some bread, some fruit.
An orange, yeah.
An orange, yeah. Like, here's a bit of broccoli. I don't know. Like, let's branch out here a bit.
I feel like, the problem may have been the monoculture of her diet.
Did he just write back, eat a fucking egg, you know?
So he sent her some peas. And in this account it says because she had nothing else. Maybe she only knew how to cook peas. Maybe that was it.
Okay.
But anyway, apparently when she was near to death, she ate these peas that Abba had sent her, and she became well, and immediately the dysentery stopped. Even though peas are apparently harmful for dysentery. And in this account, which was a weird source that I found, it says, but the divine providence wills what it will. So it's clearly homeopathic in some capacity.
Right, right. And then forever after, he was like going around like, hey, you want to buy some magic peas?
Yeah. So the superior got better by pleading with God through the prayer of Abba. And, here we go. Apparently the blaspheming woman died in the night. So maybe it's like they swapped places or something. Maybe that's the miracle. So the blaspheming woman died in the night and the superior recovered.
So
maybe in fact, Abba just poisoned the blaspheming woman with peas that are apparently bad for dysentery.
I think that, I don't know. If I was this nun, right? And I had devoted myself to being a nun to the point where I have risen in the ranks to be the Mother Superior. Yeah. And I asked God to intercede for me and nothing happened. And then this other guy shows up and is like, oh, I'll take care of this. At some point you're just like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, yeah. What did I need to do? What is my part here?
To be fair, she was Mother Superior, but he was the patriarch,
I suppose.
So, which would imply that he'd worked harder, but actually, obviously, we just know that it implies that he probably did the same amount of work, but was a dude. Probably that's what the patriarchy is all about.
I guess it's the equivalent of like writing your congressman a letter, where it's just like, I'm at the limits of my power. Yes. Can you do something?
I think very much so.
Okay.
So that was his best miracle, I'd say.
All right. You don't get a lot of pea-based miracles.
No, exactly. I think, it's interesting as well because the line between what's a miracle and what's magic. Because if he just made the peas into more peas, then presumably that would have just been considered magic. But this was a miracle because he healed, I suppose.
I guess.
So yeah, that's Abba.
Mm-hmm.
Have you any questions?
Does he have patronages?
Thank you.
That's supposed to be your job.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to ask, does he have patrons?
I did.
Well, you did after I prompted you to. Anyway,
okay.
He is the patron saint of...
No, wait. You're supposed to ask...
Oh, yeah. What do you think his What do you think his patronages are, Matthew?
I think he's the patron saint of Dancing Queen.
Yes, correct.
He is the patron saint of peas.
And homeopathy.
Is he the patron saint of ferry rides?
Of course, yeah.
Of beaten up nerds?
He is the patron saint of Nelson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he's the patron saint of Swirly. Now, what are his patronages?
He has only one.
Oh.
He is the patron saint of the seminary of St Abba the Great.
No.
That's it. How disappointing is that?
That's a bit disappointing. That is also like, he's like, I used to run this whole region.
Yeah, and it's like, you need the patron saint of the one church.
The one abbey.
Yeah.
Not even a church, it's just an abbey, right?
Seminary.
Seminary, yeah. Okay. So that's it.
The seminary of St Abba the Great was established in 2008. So he had to wait a really long time to get this crappy patronage as well.
He's been a saint. Was he not a saint until 2008?
I don't know. There's not very much information about him.
Okay.
So like including
that's fine.
When he was made a saint or anything. So maybe he was before the church. I tried to go on the seminary's website and it doesn't exist anymore. So then I tried to go on the seminary's Facebook page and they last posted in 2010, which is only 2 years after they were established.
So as far as you can tell, this guy has one thing that he's the patron of. Yeah. It existed for 2 years. Something like 1,500 years after his death.
Yeah. And he was the best I could find for today. So February the 28th is not a great day for saints.
Clearly already established he wasn't the best you could find for today,
yeah, okay.
But he was the best
the most
for what we want to do.
Yeah. And yeah, so we don't know that much, but he is apparently venerated as a saint in the Assyrian Church of the East, the Ancient Church of the East, the Chaldean Catholic Church, and the Roman Catholic Church. Please edit out that burp I just did.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I'm not going to edit out where you asked me to edit it out.
That's fair. We can compromise on that.
All right. So he's a saint of many churches.
Well, he's recognised as a saint in many, even though he's not actually well documented in that I can find.
He's a real utility saint. He's a saint that, he's just out there doing it. He's not doing it for the glory.
No.
He's just kind of out there kind of doing general good works.
Yeah.
Putting positivity out in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was quite diplomatic, and I think maybe if you were high up enough in the church in that time, maybe it was just automatic and you got to be a saint.
Maybe.
But he did do 3 miracles, apparently. Well, two and a half.
I mean, it's like when you go to a baseball game, sometimes like the first 1,000 people through the door get like a prize. And
that's how
like a t-shirt or a bobblehead or something, or a tiny bat.
Yeah.
And so it's like the first 1,000 people who were Christians, they all got sainthood.
Basically. That's what we've learned in this in the process of researching this very authoritative, well put together historical podcast. That's what we've established how you get to be a saint.
But here's the thing about Abba the Great. If he wants to call himself great, fine. I'm not mad at him. But I'm like, believe in yourself, buddy.
Which he clearly did, given the robber story.
Yes. I like that he started out as a jerk and then he like turned his life around,
Yes.
He got his anger managed, right? He became a nicer guy. He's out there helping people.
Yes.
He's sending peace to nuns, when they need it. He's expelling demons by skipping lunch. I think that it's, I like the path that he's taken with his life.
Yes.
I feel like it's positive.
It's, redemptive. I think we can all.
It is.
We can all take something from this.
I do. I like this.
I wouldn't say medical advice. That's not what we should take from this.
No, if you are having bad dysentery, go to the doctor.
Don't just eat peas.
Yeah, don't keep shoveling peas down your gross maw. Like, it's not going to help.
Don't go to the doctor. Call 111 first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a bloody pandemic, you idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I feel like that's a great lesson for everybody. It's just like, you don't have to, if you don't like the person you are, if you see yourself acting in ways that you feel like you don't want to be that person, you can change.
Yes.
You can go out there and you can change yourself. And, maybe in 1,500 years...
you might get a
there's a school. There's a school that existed for 2 days or 2 years.
Hey, it still has a Wikipedia. It doesn't have any other online presence, but it's still.
Does it say that it fell down in 2010?
No, I don't know why nothing is said further of it. But
where is it?
It's in El Cajon in California.
Why is it in California?
I don't know, but it's the first. I think it was the first Eastern church outside of Iraq. That can't be right.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that it's probably burnt down, just because.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that just burned down in California. There's a lot of wildfire problems.
I mean,
so
but that's been more recent than 2010, though.
It's been going on for a while.
Okay, fair enough.
It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Where is El Cajon? Is it in a particularly dry region? No, it's on the coast. Well, the region's on the coast. I don't know where. It's in San Diego.
El Cajon. Oh, it's near San Diego. I was gonna say, it sounds like it's right near the border. It is.
Again.
Yeah, it's right near San Diego. Did you hear about the gorillas at the San Diego Zoo got COVID?
No. Great.
It was really. Yeah. Okay. So it's a suburb of San Diego.
I guess there were humans at the zoo, like the ones looking.
Yeah.
Not people going. Okay.
Not like, I think that, I mean, gorillas, famous anti-maskers. They're just out there.
I would turn it on its head and say anti-maskers have less intelligence than gorillas.
Fair. Yeah. The gorillas are like, we don't have like big ears that we can hook a mask on, right? Like, it's not.
That's
kind of have little tiny gorilla ears. It's not really made for masks.
Yeah, they actually
you guys
hate
could
being
really help us out
compared
here.
Yeah, they can't.
Here's a good bit of advice. Stay 2 meters away from every gorilla you see, guys.
It's a big problem here in Oxford.
Anna, do you think that you would ever need St Abba to intercede for you?
Yeah, I think that, as you were saying, like, we could all learn from his way he responded to getting called out.
Yeah.
So I suppose if I was trying to, navigate my own white privilege.
Yeah.
He might be a good person to look
I think,
to.
yeah. I mean, there's no specific problems you can ask him for, but I feel like following his example of being like, you got to know when you're a jerk and you got to apologize. You know, you can't be afraid to be that, you know, you can't afraid to apologize when you do something wrong.
Exactly. I think maybe we should like just maybe start a campaign to bombard people who get called out with the story of Abba, starting with J.K. Rowling.
I feel like if we should write to the
non-existent ceremony.
No, we should write there to the smoldering crater that is the the seminary in El Cajon. No, I say we should write to the Vatican. And actually, we should just once a year we should write a big list of like we need these saints to be patron saints of this, and we should make St Abba the patron saint of like growing over. Wait, no.
Yeah,
overcoming prejudices, overcoming past prejudice. I think that's what he should be, because I think and I like that about him.
What about? I think maybe that should be the whole purpose of this podcast, is just to like matchmake between saints and the causes that they should have been patron saints.
That's true. And I feel like, like we felt like there were patron saints for everything.
Yeah.
And now I feel like there's a lot of ground that they're not covering. So
I mean, obviously, like new concepts are happen all the time. Like, you know, one day we're going to have to find a patron saint of the internet or like self-driving cars, because these are all things that obviously didn't exist when these people were around. So
that's true.
You know, you can match up their stories somehow.
So we either need to get new saints, which, I mean, this day and age, I don't think that's happening.
No.
So,
especially because of the way that, like, money and influence intersect too much.
Yeah. It's harder than ever to be a saint these days.
That's the message of this. Also, he could be the saint of homeopathic medicine. Big face on the P's. Not getting mugged. I think he's a pretty strong contender for the patron saint of avoiding getting.
I think it would be like one of those things where you would have a St Abba medal that you would wear as a ward against getting mugged.
That's part of his merchandising, I think. Yeah.
So overcoming past prejudices and not getting mugged. St Abba, he's there for you.
Was that also a lyric? No. Okay. I thought that was an Abba song that I hadn't heard of.
No, I don't know. But it's been really nice knowing you today, Anna.
Hey.
And I'm all out of Abba songs.
Fair enough.
But great work today, Anna. Good research. Way to find out a lot about somebody we don't know a lot about. I appreciate all the work you put in.
I'm just disappointed that he didn't have a dream at any point.
No.
But yes, thanks for having me back, and have a blessed day.
Bye, everybody.